Here it is, plumbing merit badge. We're going to put this thing to work today by installing a part on a toilet. Here's the part. It's a corky, whatever corky is. And I bought the not cheapest one. The cheapest one of these is about 10 bucks and this one is about 15. And I hope that I don't have to use that 10-year warranty. Required tools on this are right here. Pair of blue handled pliers and a Phillips screwdriver. We might not even need the screwdriver, and of course we need a pile of old towels to soak up the water. Alright, the first question of the day is, how do we know that that's what's wrong with it? I'm going to take the top off the toilet here. And we're going to inspect this thing right here, which, as you can see, is squirting out, and it shouldn't do that. What that means is that there's a little seal in there that's shot. It's very disturbing to me because this is only a 3-year-old toilet. It shouldn't be shot already. Down there, the flapper valves and all that, we're not going to mess with that. All we're going to do is replace that upright thing there. First thing we're going to do is shut off the water, because we don't want to mess. Second thing we're going to do is flush the toilet, which should empty out the tank. Alright, now we're going to try to take this thing off. That's your connection to the water feed line. You don't want that on there. Hopefully this will come off by just hand cranking it. There's the water I knew we would spill. Luckily we have an extra dog towel. We'll wipe that up in a minute. Now we're going to take that thing off. We can use some pliers for that. Looking good, rocking and rolling. Alright, now I'm going to take off this hose, take off the whole thing, it'll come out. That right there is how the gasket went in, see it? Gasket sits right down in there. It's an important topic of plumbing to understand where the seal is. Right now the seal is between the inside of the tank and the wall of that thing, which means the gasket needs to be on that side of it. There's no Teflon tape, there's no pipe dope, there's no silicone. Alright, here's the new one. We're going to adjust this thing so that it's about the same length as the old one. Just because that's what we need to do. And that would be about that long. Get it? There's the old one, there's the new one. Now we're going to orient this thing toward the little spout in the middle where the overflow is. Get it? There we go. We're looking good. All right, now we got to get under it again. All right, here goes our plastic little locker inner thing here. I don't know what you call that exactly. Now, if there's a caveat in this, I think it's that you have to make sure not to get that too tight. Because if you'll compress that gasket wrong. It'll end up leaking. We don't want to do that. We want it just tight enough. And I think right about there is good. Now let's put our feed line back on here. check that in a minute and make sure it's not leaking all over. Yeah, there we go. That's a good left-handed tightening job now. Let's see if Corky provided us with a hose. Let's see what we're up to. That thing goes on here. Ah. Come on, Corky. Alright, that's good. Now, this thing here has got to go on the end. Oh, let's hook it on with this thing. Good plan, me. There we go. I'm going to orient this so that thing sprays down inside this overflow. Like that. Alright, this is the final installation. The tube squirts down into the overflow. And this thing here is oriented to the right in such a way that it snaps. And that's what adjusts the height. You gotta have it so that that won't fall down by itself. Now let's try to put some water in it and see what happens. Alright, here we go. I have to look down here and see if any of this is dripping. I'm ready to declare bueno at the moment. And the other thing we have to see is make sure that the level of the water doesn't get over the top of that overflow. Because if it does, that's bad. If it does, we're going to use that adjustment thing we just did to adjust the height of the water. Which is what we're going to have to do. There we go. It's just about perfect. See how that works. Now this thing, we can use this, adjust the overflow if we need to. Tell the honest truth, I don't know what that is and why we need it. That's the way it is on these damn toilets. Alright, let's try it. Test flush. That's weird, but okay. There it is, right on the money, right at the overflow. Didn't even break a sweat on this. Let's reconfirm that this thing's not leaking. And I'm ready to declare bueno. Alright, we're looking good. Get rid of the oven. Put the cap back on, top back on. And go do plumber Miller time, whatever that looks like. Hear that? That was my sump pump. Too bad you missed a lesson on how to change your sump pump. That's it. I declare bueno. Oh yeah, here's my rant. The real root cause of the problem is that the Glacier Bay company put one of these valves in it in the first place that has a really cheap part right in there that wore out faster than it should have. That's why this thing died after only about 2 years. Now the irony is they probably only saved 2 cents a part or something, but somebody made that management decision to do that, and it actually ended up costing me a couple of hours of my precious remaining life force to change that thing out. Hopefully I won't have to do that again. They could have just as easily put one of these other valves in, but in their opinion, that was more important to them. So it was a conscious management decision for the Glacier Bay company to put that cheap part in to make me do work. Smell you later.